welcome you this morning to our Puja, and I hope that you will participate and get some joy and peace of mind from this. These are trying times, and our only recourse is our recourse to the Lord. Om Asagoham Asagoham Asangoham Pudah Satchidananda Rupoham Ahameva Can we have the violin up a little bit, please? I don't know who can do it, but we should have the violin up a little bit. Good. Nadharvanishto smridachatmavede Na bhakti bhatva charanara binde akincha ananya gati sharanya Tvatpadamulam Sharanam Prapadye Guru Surya hai Chanda Guru Let's try to communicate with the Lord. Let the tunes of the violin and the bassuri take us to a different level. Vishnu, Guru Devo विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगहृदयध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण
नहीं विद्या नहीं बाहुबल नहीं खर्चन को दाम मोह से पतितय पंग की तुम पति राखहुरा।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
For those of you who don't understand it, that no wealth, no position is important to me. I am what? I am helpless in front of the Lord. मैं से मोसे पतितय पंग के तुम पति राखहुरा।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण
अर्थ न धर्म न काम रुचि गति न चहु निर्वाण जन्म जन्म रति राम पदा यह वरदान नया।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
I don't have any intent. I have no strength. No strength, no power. Nai kharachana ko dam. Mose patitaya pangaki. I have fallen, Prabhu. I have fallen. Tava patira kyahura. So we pray that Prabhu Ram. Arthana dharmana kavaruchi. Gatir chahuniravan. Janam janam ratirama pada. Yavaradaya. Today, we remember the Queen of England, who celebrated a long life. She didn't celebrate, but she lived a very long life. And we mourn her passing today. And it was her life is an example to all of us. Her life is like yagya. Yagya or sacrifice. I know this thing is humming too much, isn't it? Maybe I should have the other.
It's gone.
Maybe I should use this one.
Gone.
Huh?
It's gone now. It's gone.
What? Hello? Okay. All right. So, her life.
It's not gone. Still, because you move it. Use it.
What's that?
Use the other one. It's not gone.
This is not coming out for some reason. Oh, here. Yeah. Yeah, gap. So today we honor the Queen, who has lived an exemplary life. I don't know what happened, but these microphones don't work for some reason. What can I tell you? Can you give me that mic? Hello? Hello? Okay, so again, let me start over once more. We honor the Queen today because she lived an exemplary life. And last week I told you about Swaha. Swaha is when you have done your Swaha to the world. That Swaha that you have done, that you have given of yourself to the world, we are asking that we must try to take an example of her life. I had the good fortune of meeting Her Majesty a few years ago, and she stood up there for 2 hours. She was already in her late 80s, and she smiled at everyone. Her smile was very infectious. She lived a life of smiles, and she's telling all of us, look at up to 96, 3 days before her death, she was able to meet with prime ministers and changed prime ministers. On Monday she did that, and I think on Thursday she died. Like a yogi she lived. We have to tell them every time to put it on, maybe. Oh, चलता रहे, कोई बात नहीं, क्या करेंगे? So she lived an exemplary life, and as I said, her life was a life of yagna. And what does yagna mean? Yagya means to do something to make another person happy. To do yagya does not necessarily mean when you come and you read the Bhagavad Yagya, you sponsor it, and you feed and everything else, that's fine. That's one type of yagya. But the real yagya in this world that Bhagavan Krishna has spoken about is when we can come and we can try to do things that other people will be happy with. Is there one at the back? Can they put this on the screen? Yes, there you are. And so you can see that smile on her face. And she's telling us that when we do our yagya, there are 4 components to our yagya. It must be done according to spirituality. It must be done according to religious standards. 1. 2, a yagya must give joy to others. When you do a yagya, you do not do a yagya with ego. You know, I am doing this yagya. No one else can do this yagya except me. Thirdly, it must be done according to the scriptural injunctions. So first, spirituality. What spirituality means? You do it with kindness, you do it with compassion, you do it with all these things. And you do it with knowledge according to the text. And also, you must never forget, you must do it in giving joy to others. And this is what she did. And when she did her yagya in her life, that is why she lived such a peaceful life. It is not that she did not have her turbulence. Of course she had her turbulences. From time to time, she went through a very turbulent period. In that turbulent period, we must be strong. She's teaching us because all of us have turbulent periods. In that turbulent periods, we must be strong. We must have that strength. She lived that if you are depressed, it means you are living in the past. She's showing you that. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, and I'm sure she had a lot of anxiety during her time, we all know, without going through the details of it. All of us know the anxieties that she has had. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. This is very important. Please remind. This is how you do yagya. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. And if you are at peace, you are living in the present. Meaning what? Come what may, everything will take its course. And tomorrow, I would have overcome what it was today. I know that I am peace. I will be peaceful, and peace is mine. Why? Because I am an ansh of Bhagavan. The Chaupai tells us, Ishvara ansa jivaya vinashi chetanaya mala sahaja sukharase Shri Ram Jai Ram
Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Ishvara ansa jiva vinashi. We are all a spark of that divine. And because we are a spark of that divine, we have that Lord within us. And what that Lord is telling us, no matter what your troubles are today, no matter how difficult it is for you today, tomorrow a new sun will come. Remember this. Tomorrow a new sun will come. You look at it. A problem comes to you today, right now. You get so worried, so anxious. Oh, I can't solve this. What am I going to do? So many bad things going to happen to me. Tomorrow, tomorrow, the problem is lesser. You check it out. Next week, the problem is forgotten. And it's always forgotten. This is what yagya is. Yagya is when you give yourself. And you give this. And what I said the last time about yagya is that the yagya is when you can give of yourself to others. So many of us, we cannot give ourselves to others. We only what? You see, giving means I have received something, and therefore I am giving it back. If we do not give back, the whole process gets choked. The whole process gets choked. You know, the cells in our body. You know the cells that this body is made up of? It works for the purpose of the body by dividing. It works for the purpose of the body to do so many things. But a cancer cells, you know what it does? It does not give anything to anyone. It just grows by itself without giving, and that's the cause of cancer. Cancer is when a cell becomes, it calls abnormal growth. It's not in harmony then. A cancer cell, to put it in layman's term, a cancer cell occurs when that cell in your body is no longer in harmony with your body, and it grows by itself in a way which causes destruction of your body. It's telling you, yagya means to give. And once we give, swaha means what? When I press this thing, that it doesn't seem to. Swaha means I'm giving up something of mine. I told you this last week. And I know that you have forgotten it. Swaha means I'm giving up something of mine. Thus, the offering of our mamta and ahamta, my minus and my ego, about anything is called swaha. O Agnaye swaha, idam agnaye, idam namama. I am giving this to you, O Agni. This does not belong to me. I am giving of you. And when Brahma created this world, he created the world in such a way that every single particle or item he created was for the benefit of the world. Do you know the worm? The worm in the earth? You know what it does for us? It does for the plants. It gives nitrogen to the plants. But what we do, now with all these toxic chemicals that we are using, we are killing the worms, we are killing little frogs, all these things we are killing. Mosquitoes we are killing also. And everything has a purpose in the world. The trees have a purpose in the world. The rivers have a purpose. Check it out. The rivers have a purpose in the world. The mountains have purposes in the world. All of these things have purposes. And they are all giving up something. I know I said this to you last week, but I want to, you know why I'm saying this to you today? Because this is the period of Pitru Paksha, which means you must give something for your ancestors. You must give up something for your ancestors. Which is what? And they are not asking you for anything big. They are asking you to remember them. Because during Pitru Paksha, which I'll talk about a little later, is when your ancestors come and they are with you. So the Queen, whose life we are celebrating, who lives for till 96 years old, and according to our Hindu calendar, it is over 100 years, according to the Hindu calendar. And this is the time that we must try to see how we can take a little example of great people. And she's fresh in our minds. We should try to take that example from her and see whether we can pattern our lives according to her. One,
let us smile. There are five things which I will tell you about today, which I did not have time to put it on the screen, but I will. I'll tell you what they are. If you want, always remember, when you eat your food, one thing I want you to remember today. When you eat your food as if it is medicine. If you go to Ayurveda, they will tell you this. Eat your food as medicine, otherwise medicine will be your food. Eat your food as medicine, otherwise medicine will be your food. You know who said this? Steve Jobs said this when he was dying. He's the one who said, when you have your friends, etc., value your friendship, value your family, value the pleasures that family give you, because these are the greatest joys of life. He said how he invented all these things that, you know what, Apple has done, etc. But what? Although Apple has done all these things and all these electronics that Apple has done, yet that could not have saved his life as he lay on bed, hearing all his pulses going, everything going, but he could not have saved his life. So he's telling you, value your friendship, value your family, because that's the most important thing in his life. Eat your food, chew your food. If you look at a young child eating, they take long to eat. You know why? They chew their food a long time. And when you eat your food like that, and eat it like medicine, then medicine will not be your food. So much for the Queen. We remember her very fondly. I remember, as I said, I met her. My father also met her in Guyana during the independence. My father was asked to meet with the Queen. So it's a long history, a long relationship for all of us, for those of us who are for Guyana, etc., etc. So we ask that wherever she is, may she be happy. And you know, why does a family or a nation break up? It is solely for this reason. When we can't work in harmony, when we can't work together, then all these things happen to us. So, let us try to work in harmony. Let us try to work for the good of all, and then good things will come. This is the period of Pitru Paksha. And Ramcharitmanas, a beautiful doha from Ayodhya Kand, just above, a beautiful chopai from Ayodhya Kand, just above doha 129. Ayodhya Kand, just above doha 129, is this beautiful chopai which tells us why we must do Pitru Puja.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Darapana Homa उत्साह से तर्पण और हवन करते हैं, ब्राह्मणों को खिलाकर बहुत दान करते हैं, तथा जो गुरु जो को मन में आपसे भी अधिक बड़ा जानकर उसके हृदय आप ही रहेंगे. So, the Lord had asked, Valmiki, where should I stay? And he said, you should stay in the hearts of those people who give tarpan to their relatives. The tarpan is when you have in a little thali, you have your till, you have, if you have kush grass, that's good, but if you don't have kush grass, that's fine, because over here, it's difficult to get kush grass. We get that in the tropical countries. And you put water to the east, to the west, and also to the north, and you offer libations unto your pitras. Why Pitru Paksha comes? Why is this period? Because this is the time your relatives who have passed visit your home, according to our scriptures. They come and visit your home, and that is the reason why you must give annadan. You must give annadan too. And this is the annadan we do giving offering unto the Lord right now. This bhojan that we are offering to the Lord are for the pitras whose ancestors who have passed. I thought we'd get the names of the ancestors on the board. But you asked them to do that?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Can we get the names of the ancestors on the board? Is it possible to do that? Anyhow, so this time we offer this. We offer anna, food, because the pitras come. You know when you offer food to Bhagwan, then you say, how does Bhagwan eat this? Bhagwan eat it through his eyes. And when your pitras come, how they eat it? Through the smell. They smell the food and they eat it. That's how the pitras eat it. And not only you take out the food and put it under there are many places that they put the food, and if you are blessed, it is said, a crow will come and partake of the food. Whenever the crow come or birds come, you give it to the animals, you give it to the aquatic creatures in the water, you give it to the birds, you give it to the Brahmins, and not only you give food, you give water also. But the first thing in the Pitru Paksha, and try to do, if not to this temple, any other temple, or even at your home, you ask some good soul, which you think are good souls, to come and eat a little bit of your food. It's very good. It's a blessing. Believe me, there's something called Pitri Dosh. Have you all ever heard of that? Pitri Dosh? And Pitri Dosh comes, and I know this for a fact. What I'm telling you, and what I tell you, it's a fact. Please don't disbelieve me. It's a fact. When you do not give food or bhojan to your pitras, you can incur their wrath and you can be in difficulties. So is one thing. Second thing you must do is tarpan. So when you do the tarpan and you are going to give the water to them, you put till in the water and you give it through, this finger like this. You got it? You all can see this? The water was poured from your left hand into your right hand, and it must come through the thumb. Not through the thumb, the space between the thumb and the index finger. You got it, right? Why? because the thumb and the index finger are the two most important fingers of your hand. You check it out. When people's thumbs are cut off for whatever reason, they will take the index finger or another finger and form a thumb. Do you all know that? Do you all know that? No? Then they will make a thumb, because the thumb and index finger, this pincer movement is extremely important for you to use your hand. Without the thumb, the hand is useless. Without the thumb, the hand, useless means it can't do things that it's supposed to do. That's what it means. So you are asking the blessings from your Pitras through the web of your thumb and forefinger, the index finger, that you have given me all this. You have clothed me. You have given me all these things. Oh, my Pitras, wherever you are, may you bless me. So, An, Tarpan, Rasoi Ghar. Rasoi Ghar is what?
Kitchen.
Kitchen. Your kitchen must be clean. And you must not have abhaksha bhojan. Abhaksha means things that they don't like. Try and keep your kitchen clean. You all understand what I mean, without me going to the details of it. Keep your kitchen clean, because the Pitras go to your kitchen. आपको मालूम है प्राशा साहब? The Pitras go to your kitchen, and then they see in the kitchen if the kitchen is dirty, whatever. They visit your kitchen, and then they go. Pitru Paksha, for those who are of weak heart and hear all sorts of different stories, Pitru Paksha is not a time when it's a jumbie time. For those who are from Guyana, you understand what Satya, you know what is jumbie? Satya? Okay, there you are. You know what is jumbie? You don't know what's jumbie? What? Ghost. Yeah. Ghost. So, many people in Guyana, right, pharmacists? They think Pitru Paksha is jumbie time, and they avoid Pitru Paksha. Pitru Paksha is one of the most beautiful times where you can remember your ancestors for all that they have done for you. You don't know what they stole to make you happy. You don't know what difficulties they had to undergo when you were sick, when you were, whatever the case may be, to give you clothes, to give you school fees. Those of us who are from Guyana and so forth know what I'm talking about, and I'm supposed Africa and so forth. They got to give you school fees, they got to give you books, they got to make sure you eat well, you do your homework. All this the Pitras do for you. Yet we do not do it. So and then we can do Gita Dhyanam. You all know Gita Dhyanam, you can do Gita Dhyanam. And then this Pitri Gayatri mantra, which I'm going to give to you now. I don't know why it's not coming up on the board, but hopefully come up later on. Pitri Gayatri mantra. Please read with me. Those who don't know the Sanskrit, you can read it in English, although the English does not give you the right pronunciation. Om Devtabhyah Pitribhyascha Mahayogi Bhya Evacha Mahayogi Bhya Evacha Nama Swahayai Swadhayai Nityameva Namo Namaha Om Devtabhyah Pitribhyascha Mahayogibhya Evacha Namaswahayai Swadhayai
Svadhaye
Nityamaiva
Nityameva
Namo Namaha
Namo Namaha
Om Pitribhyo Namaha.
Om Pitrubhyo Namaha.
Now, if you can't remember this long Gayatri, then say Om Pitribhyo Namaha. That's enough. Om Pitribhyo Namaha. Om Pitribhyo Namaha. Now, when you are giving the Tilanjali to your father or male persons in the family, then you say Tasmai Swadha Namaha. Tasmai Swadha, please. Tasmai Swadha Namaha. Right? And if you're giving now to the female component, you said Tasyai Swadha Namaha. For male, Tasmai Swadha Namaha. For female, Tasyai Swadhaya Namaha. So, if you look at the board, I don't know if you can see it clearly, the writing is a little small. Take black sesame seeds in your right hand while chanting the Pitru Mantra. Om Pitribhya Namaha is enough. If you don't do that long Gayatri Mantra, Om Pitribhya Namaha is enough. But if you know this, then that's very good. If you can copy down and do it one day, it'll be great. Pour water with sesame seeds into the plate. Water has to flow in between your thumb and index finger, and not, as I said to you, and not from the front of your palm, flowing over other fingers. The water that will flow between thumb and index finger will flow towards the south. Yes, I forgot to tell you that. You must face the south when you are doing south direction. The direction of Pitru is in the south. As we have to sit facing the east, this is the best way to do it. So, this is what, and when you get the blessings of the Pitra, then you will not be a Hiranyaksha. You know what is Hiranyaksha? Hiranyaksha is the brother of Hiranyakashipu. What does Hiranyaksha mean? Hiranya means gold. And Aksha means eyes. When your eyes are fixed on the gold, then you become a miserable person because the gold is never enough for you. Got it? So you have to have that yagya bhav. Pitri is like a yagya. This is Pitri yagya. You have to have that yagya bhavana, which you get from Varaha. Varavatar, he gives you that yagya bhavana. He gives that yagya bhavana where then you did, instead of being fixing your eyes only on your goal, you go to your antar, your inside, and what you clean your mind. You know? Kewat? You all know the story of Kewat? Yeah? You all know? When Kewat washed the feet of the Lord, do you all remember what he asked for? He asked that, Lord, bless my family. But in that same choppa, he said, Lord, bless my ancestors. Kewat. And Kewat did not come only in Treta Yuga. Kewat was there in Satyuga. I told you that already. So, ancestor, I want to impress upon each and every one of you. Ancestral worship is extremely important. The circle of life is like this. You see the circle of life? One guy is pushing his toy, and the old man is walking with his walker. The next one, the lady is walking with a walker. This young guy is walking with a walker, so it was a different type of walker. He's having fun, right? That is the circle of life. our ancestors went through that circle. I'm showing you that to tell you that our ancestors went through that circle. Bhajana bina. Bhajana bina. Chainanaya veda.
Oh, bhajan bina chain naayega.
Koi na jaane kab ho jaye.
कोई न जाने कब हो जाए
इस जीवन की शान,
इस जीवन की शान
भजन बिना
चैन नाएगा ओ भजन बिना चैन नाएगा
बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम।
राधे श्याम 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 सीता राम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम मोह माया
की आस तो पगले,
मोह माया की आस तो पगले
होगी कभी ना पूरी पूरी,
होगी कभी ना पूरी
करते करते भजन प्रभु का,
करते करते भजन प्रभु का
मिटा जाएगी दूरी दूरी, मिट जाएगी दूरी। हम भक्तों के साथ साथ लो, हम भक्तों के साथ साथ लो, सब ही प्रभु का नाम।
भजन बिना चैन नाएगा
बोलो राम राम राम,
राधे श्याम 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 सीता राम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम
बोलो राम 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 राम,
राधे श्याम
when we are in tune with Prabhu, that can we put this on the screen, please? I press this thing and it's not working. Yes. Health is the greatest possession. Believe me. You get old and all sorts of things goes wrong with you, speaking for myself. You get pain here, you get pain there. That is why, as you get older, you have to exercise. Tone your body up. Health is the greatest possession. So many people have so much. Why they can't enjoy what they have? Health. They see laddu. They mouth water. But what? Can't eat it because? Right. I don't know that. If you are healthy, sugar is not good. Do you all know how PET scan work? Have you ever heard of PET scan? Who has heard about PET scan here? You heard of it. Nobody else heard of PET scan? My God. You heard of PET scan? Only you make computer, that's why you go here. You don't know about PET scan. I talk it to Allah. Yeah. There's CAT scan, MRI, there's what they call PET scan. PET scan is a whole body scan. When you get cancer, they do a PET, and they want to see if the cancer has invaded other aspects of the body. They do what is called a PET scan. Do you know how the PET scan works as pharmacists? How it works? What? It lights up cancer cells. You know how? By lighting up the sugar molecule. Where the cancer cells are, it picks up all the sugar. And that is where the spots come in the CAT scan because of the sugar. When that amount of sugar is there, concentrated there, they know the cancer has gone beyond, has gone there. So health is the greatest possession. Do not eat
Sugar.
or salt or oil. 3 things. Eat raw. Raw foods. That you must eat. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. And confidence is the greatest friend. Go back on the other slide where I told you about the other one. No. If you are depressed, you are living in the. If you are anxious, I know somebody tell me, oh, last night whole night I didn't sleep. I said, why didn't you sleep? Oh, what about body? Money will come, money will go. Your mental health is most important. If you are at peace, you are living now. Kya bharosa hai is zindagi ka.
क्या भरोसा है इस जिंदगी का.
For those of us who don't understand, for those of who don't understand, it is saying, what hope I have in this world. Kya bharosa? What faith? Kya bharosa hai is zindagi ka.
क्या भरोसा है इस जिंदगी का.
सांस रुक जाएगी चलते चलते. जिंदगी का
क्या भरोसा है इस जिंदगी का।
दुनिया है हकीकत पुरानी
दुनिया है हकीकत पुरानी।
चल के रुक आए उसकी कहानी
ओ चल के रुकना है उसकी कहानी।
नाम रख जाएगा नाम रख जाएगा नाम रख जाएगा
आदमी का क्या भरोसा है इस जिंदगी का। क्या भरोसा है इस जिंदगी का।
दुनिया है हकीकत पुरानी
दुनिया है हकीकत पुरानी।
चल के रखना है उसकी रवानी
चल के रुकना है उसकी रवानी।
फर्ज पूरा करो फर्ज पूरा करो फर्ज पूरा करो बंदगी का
क्या भरोसा है इस जिंदगी का। क्या भरोसा है इस जिंदगी का।
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
ओ हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम।
Hare Rama Rama Ram Sita Ram Ram Ram. So we'll talk about digestion. And I asked for bhajan. You know what is saying bhajan? Okay. Okay. Okay, can't find it. So let us talk about digestion today. 90% of your problems, of all problems, disease, etc., come, you know from where? Huh? From your gut, not stomach, from your gut. Gut means from the esophagus right down. Stomach means stomach. 90% of your problems come from your gut. 90%. That is why we must maintain a healthy gut. One of the things I want to talk about today, very important, is low acidity of the stomach. When the stomach, I mentioned it before, but I want to mention it again. I talked about it last week, right, pharmacists? I talked about it, you weren't here last week. No, low stomach acid is most important for you to understand. The pH, well, I don't expect you all to know what pH is, but I mean, some of you do know. I'm not saying that you don't know. Some of you do know that pH is what you measure the acid by. And your pH must be between 1 and 3 in the stomach. When the pH becomes 7, then you go on from acid to what? Alkali. All right? As you get older, I was speaking for those people who are old, okay? As you get older, your stomach acidity decreases. You see this, the graph there? The acid is so high until between 11 and 20, and it comes right down. When the acid is not good in your stomach, you can't digest your food properly, and because of that, you belch a lot. Flatulence. You ever hear how people belch? Where they belch? The whole room shakes when they belch. You must go travel the train in India or the bus early morning. Early morning as the train whistles, so the people whistles. But such a precious time. Because one of the things that causes low acidity is carbohydrate. The rice, the dal, causes lots of low acidity. It causes in the stomach. So, when the acid is not there in the stomach, the food is only partially digested. Then it goes into the small bowel, which is about 80 feet, your small bowel. Long small bowel you have. And in your small bowel, when the food is not digested in your body, because of these factors, as you can see there, well, you know what? All these things are so difficult for me to explain to you. Fatigue, stress, allergy, cancer, etc., causes less acidity in the stomach. But when the stomach food is not digested, I've told you this before, because I don't think you all have gotten it. It goes into the small bowel. Now, the small bowel contents and the stomach content must be acid, must have high acid in it. You got it? And when you have high acid in it, it destroys bacteria. You remember I told you a long time about H. pylori? H. pylori occurs in your stomach when acidity is no longer there, and all this bacteria comes in the stomach and make your stomach. This is very important. You may think that I have nothing else to tell you, but if you understand your gut and you know to care your gut, you'll be a very healthy individual. So, when the acidity is no longer in the small intestine, you all know that, right? The small intestine, everybody knows small intestine, right? Bacteria starts to grow into your small intestine. You got that? The bacteria from the colon, which is the large bowel, there's where the bacteria is, and we need those bacteria, because without those bacteria, we'll be dead. Those bacteria is very important. And we have at least about 3 pounds of bacteria in there. And that bacteria is important for the healthy state of your bowel system. Now, when the bacteria is in a small bowel, you get lots of bloating. And you see, if you understand this thing, you don't have to go to a doctor. You get what is called SBIO, SIBO, small intestine bacterial overgrowth. You got that? So if you go to your doctor, you say to your doctor, "Doc, I think I have SIBO." You will find out how much of them know about SIBO. Not many of them know about SIBO. Small intestine bacterial overgrowth. He said, "What is this?" And he asked, "Why you think so?" He said, "Because I'm bloating." Then he would ask you, "What is SIBO?" And then you tell him. You educate him. So it is when the bacteria from the large bowel gets, because of low acidity. So what you see, acid in the stomach is most important. When acid is low in the stomach, you get regurgitation. You get heartburn. Very paradoxical thing. You have low acid, yet you're getting heartburn. Why? Because you don't have enough acid in there. The bacteria ferments. So let me ask you guys, how do you think you can test whether you have good acid in the stomach? Chip? Well, you're not a doctor, right? Who is a doctor here? Boch is a doctor, Padre Boch. When anybody gets any problem, you go to Padre Boch, you can tell him which doctor to go to. He knows all the doctors too. So Padre Boch, how you test for acid in the stomach? Well, don't tell them. I know you know, but don't tell them. So, you get up in the morning, on an empty stomach, you put 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in about 4 to 6 ounces of water. You all got it? Yeah. You stir it for about 2-3 minutes. Stir it really hard so it dissolves. Then you drink that. Empty stomach. Okay? Empty stomach. Take the big, this is very important. Do you know about this test as a pharmacist? You don't know. He's a pharmacist. So you take the baking soda, you put it in water, and you drink it. And if you do not belch within 3 minutes or 4 minutes, it means your acidity in your stomach is less. If you have good acid, then you can imagine the baking soda is, if you're a chemistry student, is sodium, everybody knows? Bicarbonate. The sodium bicarbonate that reacts with the hydrochloric acid in the stomach and give you carbon dioxide. And that carbon, you belch. So if you belch within 1 minute, within 1 minute, it means your acidity in your stomach is very good. This is most important for you to know. Because what's the point of me telling you, if you have low acid in the stomach, this is going to happen to you, that, and you don't know how to test for it? You have to know how to test for it. And you test for it by doing this.
How often? Like once a month?
No, you can just check it out. If you feel something disorder, you check it out. So what is the remedy for this? The remedy is apple
Cider vinegar.
Right. ACV, apple cider vinegar. You take 1 to 2 tablespoonfuls every morning before meals. You drink it. And you'll be, I am telling you, within 5 days you'll feel good. Within 5 days you'll feel good. All your bowel problems will go. Your bowel problems start from your mouth. We don't chew our food properly. Some people say you inhale the food. You hear that? You hear people say you inhale the food? Right, Dave? You inhale food? Oh. So you have to chew and chew. And how many times you got to chew your food? Every cow, every mouthful. How many times you have to chew it? 32 times. You got 32 teeth. You have to give each tooth 1 bite. You got it? So 32 teeth, 32 times you chew your food. And when you chew your food 32 times, okay, Tej? As much as I would dog says, just watch me too, because my place was very quickly. Anyhow, when all that fails, you drink your apple cider vinegar. Hopefully, you don't forget your olive oil, right? Olive oil, very important. Drink your olive oil. Drink your apple cider vinegar. Then you don't have to take tablets. You don't have, there's hydrochloric acid tablets selling. You can take that if you want to. But apple cider is a natural product. Drink that. Ayurveda will teach you all these things. It's very important, Ayurveda. very important. And bloating, and so many of us feel so uncomfortable after we eat. Check it out. It's because the acidity in your stomach is not good. Again I repeat, 90% of our problems are due to our gut. Sing, bhajan.
मोहे लागी लगन, मोहे लागी लगन, हरि दर्शन की, हरि दर्शन की। मोहे लागी लगन, मोहे लागी लगन, हरि दर्शन की, हरि दर्शन की। हरि विश्वविधाता मंगलदाता, मंगलदाता, विश्वविधाता मंगलदाता, मंगलदाता। विनय सुनो अबू दीनन की, हाँ विनय सुनो अबू दीनन की। मोहे लागी लगन, मोहे लागी लगन, हरि दर्शन की, हरि दर्शन की। हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम। सर्वस ले लो, दर्शन दे दो, दर्शन दे दो। सर्वस ले लो, दर्शन दे दो, दर्शन दे दो। बलि ले लो इस जीवन की, हाँ बलि ले लो इस जीवन की। मोहे लागी लगन, मोहे लागी लगन, हरि दर्शन की, हरि दर्शन की। हरि ओम, 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 हरि ओम।
बोलिए जयकारा शेरावाली दा
बोल सांचे दरबार की जय।
मेरे घर के आगे माँ तेरा मंदिर बन जाए। मेरे घर के आगे माँ तेरा मंदिर बन जाए। जब खिड़की मैं खोलूं, जब खोलूं मैं खिड़की, तेरा दर्शन हो जाए। मेरे घर के आगे माँ तेरा मंदिर बन जाए। मेरे घर के आगे माँ तेरा मंदिर बन जाए। जब होगी आरती तेरी, घंटी भी सुनाई देगी। मुझे आते जाते माँ तेरी सूरत दिखाई देगी। जब होगी आरती तेरी, घंटी भी सुनाई देगी। मुझे आते जाते माँ तेरी सूरत दिखाई देगी। जब भजन करे कोई, जब भजन करे कोई, वो मुझको सुन जाए।
मेरे घर के आगे माँ
तेरा मंदिर बन जाए, मेरे घर के आगे माँ तेरा मंदिर बन जाए। मैं आते जाते माँ तुझको प्रणाम करूँगा, जो मेरे लायक होगा मैं सारे काम करूँगा। तेरी सेवा करने से, तेरी सेवा करने से मेरी किस्मत खुल जाए। मेरे घर के आगे माँ तेरा मंदिर बन जाए, मेरे घर के आगे माँ तेरा मंदिर बन जाए। मेरे घर के आगे माँ तेरा मंदिर बन जाए। बोलिए जयकारा महामाई दा बोल चे दरबार की
बोल
जय।
साचे दरबार की। Gita Dhyanam. During Pitru Paksha, this is the time that you can, if you know the Gita Dhyanam, you should do it at home. If not for your Pitras, with your Pitras Puja, you can do this. It's another prescribed factor. So just reminding you, Annadhanam, you must give. Tarpanam, you must do. Clean your kitchen well, because your Pitras come and visit you. And remember that Pitri Dosh is something that is very important and you must try to avoid. Please remember, this is the time for Pitru Paksha. Try and feed, try and, call some sadhu at your home or go to a temple or whatever the case may be. But do some feeding during this time of Pitru Paksha. Very important. Pathaya pratibodhitam bhagavatam
नारायणेन स्वयं
Vyasedagaditan purana munina
मध्ये महाभारतम्
Advaitamritavarshine bhagavate
अष्टादशाध्यायिनी
Amba tvamanusaldadame bhagavat
गीते भवद्वेषिणी
Namostute vyasa vishala buddhe
पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्रः
Yena tvaya bharata taila purna
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमया प्रदीपः
Prapalla parijataya
रुद्रवेत्रैकपाणये
Yana buddhaya krishnaya
गीतामृतदुहे नमः
Sarvopnishado gavo
दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः
Partho vatsa sudhir bhukta
दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्
Vasudeva sutam devam
तस्य चाणूरमर्दनम्
Devaki paramanandam
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्
Bhishmadrona tata jayadata jala
गान्धारलीलोत्पलात्
Shalyagragavati kripena vagane
कर्णेन वेलाकुलात्
Ashwattama vikarna ghora makara
दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
Sotirna kalupandavairanadhe
दैवतकेशव
Parasharya vachasarojamamalam
गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम्
Nanakyanakakesaram harikatha
सम्बोधनाबोधितम्
Loke sajjana satpadairaharaha
पीयमानं मुदा
Bhuyat bharata pankajam kalimala
हृद्वंशीयं श्रेयसे
Mukam karoti vachalam
पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं
Yat kripatamaham vande
परमानन्दमाधवम्
Yam brahma vararendra rudra maruta
स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
Vedai sagapada kramo parashirair
गायन्ति यं सामगा
Yanag तदगतेन मनसा
पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो
यस्यान्तं न विदुसुरासुरगणा
देवाय तस्मै नमः
Gita chapter 3 verse 10 सह यज्ञः प्रजा सृष्ट्वा
सह यज्ञः प्रजा सृष्ट्वा
पुरोवाच प्रजापतिः
पुरोवाच प्रजापतिः
प्रजापतिः
अनेन प्रसविषयध्वम्
अनेन प्रसविष्यध्वम्
एवा वोस्तो इष्टकामधृक् एवादिष्टो काम
मद्भुक्
स यज्ञाः प्रजाः सृष्ट्वा पुरोवाच प्रजापतिः अनेन प्रसविष्यध्वम् एष वो इष्टकामधृक् Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjun, in the beginning of creation, Brahma, the Lord of all creatures, he then made all the generation of men and women. Not only that, but he did a great yagya. And in that yagya, he gave to the earth all the things which man can sustain themselves by. Water, plant, air, fruits, trees, all these things which man can use. And the water, you can bathe with, you can purify yourself with it. The oceans, where you can travel along with. All these things the Lord has. He did his yagya. So when he did swaha to us, he is giving all these things to us. And he's saying, may we also in turn do our yagya and give something. We just can't live by not giving. We just can't live like in a miserly fashion. Many people give, but not according to what they have. They give a little bit. You'll be surprised. For those who have the least, they give the most. And those who have the most, they give the least. Not in every circumstances, but generally speaking, this is what it is like. Because the more we have, the more we want to bature. But let us remember Queen Elizabeth. She had so much she had, but yet she had to leave all and go. All of us have to leave it and go. So there's no point, as I said before, don't live in a state where you are depressed. I repeat again, don't live in a state where you are depressed, because when you are depressed, it means you are living in the past. When you are depressed, you are living in the past. When you are anxious, you are living in the future. And when you're living at peace, you are living in the present. Let's live in the present. All this puja, path, bhajan, kirtan, building of temple, etc., is for us to live in peace. Remember health. Health is our greatest possession. Our greatest possession in this world is health. Our contentment is our greatest sampatti or treasure. Contentment. Atavahilam karai santosha. Ramachandra Bhagavan told Shabari, the 8th form of bhakti is contentment. And confidence is your greatest friend. When you remember I told you about it's come to your subconscious, which I told you about the last time. Never say you can't do it. Always say you can do it. And when you say you can do it, you will do it. You'll be able to do it. There's a gentleman sitting down here, Kashsood. He will tell you, when I was doing when we were building the museum, etc., there were some people saying, oh, Dr. Dubey, you dream and come. And then you tell us what to do. I say, yes, we do that. But had it not been for my dreams, anyhow, care about what other people think. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. These words are so easily said, but remember them. When you remember them, you know. Do we have time for that? No, I have. No, we don't have time for that. We are going to go into meditation. We are going to meditation because we are going outside at 12 o'clock to do 10 minutes of prayers for the Queen, and then we'll have lunch. So, Padre Boj, we serve lunch after we go outside, okay? We have to remember the Queen. The Queen has done a lot for all of us. Of course, those of us who are from India, it was not during her time, but during her other people's time, India was looted. $45 trillion was looted from India. And if you translate that in today's money, I don't know how much trillion that will be. At one time, India, in 1947, the rupee and the US dollar was on par. Can you believe that? On par. And these people just looted us out. But still, she was a queen, and we should pay tribute to her. Prabhuji. Daya karo.
Daya karo.
Man mein aana baso. तुम बिना लागे सुना तुम बिना
बिना लागे सुना
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो
प्रभु जी
ओ प्रभु जी
तंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू
तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानो
सारे जग में ढूंढना तुमको
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
अब तो आकर बहादुरो
अब तो आकर बाह धरो
ओ प्रभु जी
ओ प्रभु जी
दया करो
दया करो
मन में आन बसो We do 2 pranayams and then we go into silence. Pranayam. Talk to God through the spirit of Pitru Paksha. Ask him to take care of your ancestors, and he will. भक्ति के दीप जलाओ
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ
धरा से पीड़ मिटाओ
अमृत रस बरसाओ ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
जीवन को नित्य महकाओ
जीवन को नित्य महकाओ
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ
हर संताप घटाओ
नारायण को हर्षाओ ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति 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 सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम. Rub your hands together, put them over your face. Ask that all that energy must be with you. Today's Priti Bhoj is sponsored in honor of all the Pitras of Vishnu Mandir devotees. Their names are running on the screen there. Now, next Sunday is also Pitru Paksha, and the following Sunday is the last day of Pitru Paksha. So those who would like to do next Sunday, please contact Pandit Bhoj or the temple. And the following Sunday, please contact Pandit Bhoj and the temple. So, Shrad, I explained to you how you should do it, etc., etc. Just now we are going to go outside to do a little commemoration for the Queen, right after the Aarti at the Peace Park. Our marathon, is a marathon guy here? Huh? Outside, okay. So our marathon is going good, and I will, if anyone wants to sponsor me, I am taking part in the marathon. You may do so, and it is for the dialysis clinic in Guyana. We are having Diwali Mela Shobha Yatra on the 9th of October. It's a holiday weekend. We are going to have laser in the sky for the first time in Toronto. Writing Diwali, Diya, Lakshmi, etc. And fireworks. The whole package costs $18,000, which Laj is hopefully responsible, and all of us are responsible for that. And I will just ask Laj to say a few words about the Shobha Yatra quickly, please. Give her. Raj, can you give her a mic, please?
Yeah, but Dawan is going to go.
Thank you. Namaskar, everyone. Jai Sitaram. The people across GTA are very excited. My whole family, my extended family, my friends, my business associate are all involved in this, and we are very, very excited. I have 2-3 good news I want to share. So we have, Dr. G, secured the parking lot for the GO station from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So we are going to park there, all the cars, and we will have Rath 10 o'clock, and we'll start our parade on that red maple. And we are waiting for 2 other approval, which will come by Friday, and they're all positive. They tell me there is nothing in the way. Most important approval we got by York Regional Police. So we have reserved a sergeant and 10 police officers, and that's the most costly, actually, Dr. G. Originally, we thought would be $3,000-4,000, but it's $12,000 for the police. So everybody is excited. We want everybody to come out and bring your friends, bring your family, bring the kids, especially the next generation. I like to see all the kids. Don't leave them home. Don't let them go anywhere. Bring them here and take part in the Wali Mela. Okay. Distribute, there would be fresh jalebi, pakoda, samosa, even roasted corn. And you know, one important thing, last one is good news, is that we even will have Tim Horton. So we will have fresh coffee and cookie also. So free. So everything free.
If everything is free, I wonder who will pay for this.
So, but food is free. Other items are costing money. Police is costing money. And one of the big things which Dr. G brought is the drone laser show, which they did at CNE. So this would be first time in Canada we will do drone show on the Diwali Mela.
Right.
So like everybody to come and participate.
It's costing $18,000, but you know what? We are going to do it. We want our people to be proud of us as Hindus. And so large is it.
There are about 12 temples would be participating in big way. And we will announce next weekend or the following weekend. And thank you for participating or telling other people. We want to see how many thousand people, Dr. G?
10,000, please.
5.
Okay.
Thank you.
Navratri Garba starts on Monday 26th of September to Monday, October 3rd. You have anything to say? We're looking for you outside. Have anything to say? Huh? Just facts.
Namaste, everyone. Just a brief update. It seems like it was so long ago when I started to announce the marathon. We are 4 weeks away before we join Baba on October 16th in downtown Toronto. There is over 40 of us that have signed up to do the 5K with Dr. Dubé. We are featuring them. Prabhat is scrolling it through. how can you participate? Participate the way you feel most comfortable. You can still sign up to participate with Baba or Pandit Boj in the virtual. We have about 20 folks doing the virtual. As I said, you could join as a participant.
Let's get some facts. Where are we, the body man?
Okay, so where we are with the money, we're over $90,000.
That's what we want to know.
And
so we have.
So please.
I was going to stretch it from 90 now. I wanted 100,000, but we're going to for 150 because we're still 4 weeks away. So we'd like you to sponsor us and to make this happen. It's all because of Roy and his daughter doing a great job. Thank you.
Baba, everyone is actually participating. Lots of good support from everyone. So thank you all very much. And next week, you could see the course. I showed this to you. We're going to start at the exhibition place. We finished in Dayton. And next week, I'm going to do a demo of how you could go online and donate. You could, however, write a check if you feel most comfortable in writing a check. Just put in the dialysis marathon, or if you want to do cash, you could put the cash in an envelope, dialysis marathon, with your information for your tax receipt.
Okay, our time is up.
So many places, for many ways to do it.
We have with us Mr. Sandeep Goyal. We'd like him to, from the ICICI Bank. Mr. Goyal, sir. Say a few words to the congregation. He has been here before to see the seniors home.
Yes,
I know
yes.
that.
So Dr. Dubey, thanks for this invite. And I have been coming to this temple for the last almost 15 years now, because I used to live in Young and Finch area. Now I'm in Markham. So I'm very, very, deeply associated with the temple. And I was approached by Laj for, supporting the new initiatives which the temple is taking. Always, open. I represent ICICI Bank. Most of you would have heard. We are a full-service bank here in Canada for the last 15 years now. And we provide whole banking solutions, particularly for Indo-Canadians, serving your banking requirements both in Canada and India. So happy to be associated. Dr. Dubey, in any way we can help.
Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind cooperation. And we look forward. After RT, we're going outside to the Peace Park for 5-10 minutes, and then we'll have lunch downstairs. And I would like to invite you to have lunch with us, sir. Sri Radhe Govinda Bhajamana Sri Radhe.
Radhe Shri Radhe Govinda Bhajamana Shri Radhe.
Oh, Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Radhe.
Radhe Shri Radhe Jai Jai Radhe.
Oh, Shri Radhe Govinda Bhajamana Shri Radhe.
Radhe Shri Radhe Govinda Bhajamana Shri Radhe. Radhe 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 Radhe
Nandagaon mein,
Radhe Radhe
Nandagaon mein,
Radhe Radhe
बरसाने में,
Radhe Radhe
बरसाने में,
Radhe Radhe
विष्णु मंदिर में,
Radhe Radhe
विष्णु मंदिर में,
Radhe Radhe
राधे राधे,
Radhe Radhe
राधे राधे,
Radhe 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 Radhe
Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Sadguru Deva ki Jai. Om Namah Parvati Pataye, Hara Hara Mahadeva. Before Aarti, I want to remind you, do not forget apple cider vinegar. As you grow old, your stomach acidity decreases, causes lots of problems. You don't have to go for pharmacological. We have an Ayurvedic center here, which is the first temple in Canada to have an Ayurvedic center, probably the Western Hemisphere, to have an Ayurvedic center. And we are going to have a medical center also downstairs. A medical center plus Ayurvedic center, where you all can come and check yourself up, etc., etc. So, that being said, don't forget your apple cider vinegar because it's important that you have acidity in your stomach. That's the cause of a lot of difficulties with our bowel. Please don't forget this, Arti.
Om Jai Jagdish Hare Swami Jai Jagdish Hare Bhakti Janon ke sankat Daas Janon ke sankat Kshan mein dur kare Om
Sarvagam Shanti. Shanti Sarvasa. Gurura Brahma, Gurura Vishnu, Gurura Devo Maheshwara, Gurura Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guru. Prem se bolo Kandhaya Lal ki jai. Just to remind you about the announcement about next week Sunday and the following Sunday, if you would like to have your parents' name mentioned in Tarpan, if you cannot come, you can send a message to us, either to Prabhatji, or you can call me or the temple, and we'll do that for you. And Tarpan goes on next week, and the following week is Amavasya, the last day. So whatever you want to do, if you'd like to come, you can bring your food stuff, grocery, or you can contribute. There's no fee. Thank you.